Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa. If you have said yes, 2013 is a year that you're going to finally tackle the kitchen and renovate, maybe do a counter, a new set of tiles, something like that, then you definitely want to pay attention to this next segment because we're getting you ahead of the curve on all of the kitchen trends with Jennifer Harrelou. She is the account manager from Vesta Marble. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for coming in. You brought in a couple really beautiful samples today for us to look at, and these are part of the trends that you're going to be talking about.
Exactly.
Let's start with Blue Louise. I love the names, first of all. Each slab of marble has a different name to identify it, but this one is particularly unique. I've never seen anything quite like it. There's blues, browns. How would you describe this trend?
Exactly. Well, Blue Louise is a granite, so it's a little bit of a harder material, but this piece has really got deep blues, different rich accents with the black and the reds. So essentially what we've been seeing is it really makes other colors pop in a kitchen. So even something like stainless steel, it can make it look even better if you're doing that with your appliances, but also yellows, which is something that we're seeing coming in really, really strong this year. So it really, really makes the yellow pop with the blue because they're complementary colors, and then the red sets it off. It's a really, really beautiful accent piece for your kitchen.
Yeah, and I think it's something it's difficult. I think there's a challenge with people. They get something like a countertop, but the accents is where they struggle.
Exactly.
Do you always pull a color out of what's in the countertop?
It really depends on what they're looking for in terms of the look. If they're willing to go a little more adventurous, I mean, we love to assist them with color matching, and they can come down to the showroom and really talk to us about what we can really do for their design element and just give them that little bit of a push with coming up with something just amazing that'll really just differentiate them from all their friends. So.
What about maintenance of something like granite? How easy is it to maintain?
Granite is probably one of the easiest stones or countertop materials to maintain because it is such a hard stone. Okay. In terms of maintenance, maybe every 3 to 4 years, just reseal it, but household cleaners, things like that, really easy to clean. You can even just use soap and water if you need to.
Really? Okay.
Excellent.
So sealants, those are the types of products that you'd find where? Usually at a home hardware store? Or
well, we sell them at the actual showroom, but they're pretty universal. You can pretty much get them anywhere.
Okay, and then we have the Cipollini marble. This is, I can't even lift this. Oh my God, okay. There we are. This is really beautiful. Talk to us about the trends that you're seeing with this type of marble.
In terms of the Cipollini, actually, we were just at a show in Italy, and we're seeing more and more of marble coming in. So really, really soft look with this piece, but it has really, really nice accents with the green and the grays. Yeah. So if you want something a little more elegant as opposed to really, really funky and kind of more extreme, this piece is definitely the way to go in terms of kind of being trendy for 2013.
Right, I could see this pairing very well with stainless steel and all-white kitchen. Something that is very streamlined, just going along with the, I guess, lines in the marble itself. Does it typically look like this? Because it looks like all of the stone just has these long striations, whereas this one here was more scattered. Do they usually look like this?
Yeah, well, it depends, because every single slab is going to be a little different because it's natural stone. It comes from the earth. But in terms of, most of them do have lines. You can get kind of different waves with them as well, so you don't always have to be super straight with this piece. You can kind of play with your designs a little bit.
Jennifer, where would you recommend that people use marble in their home?
Well, you see it more and more in bathrooms, but actually with marble tiling, which is something that's getting really, really big, is people are putting it everywhere in their house right now. So not just the kitchen, not just the bathroom, but it's a really nice, soft, dreamy look for the entire house now. So.
And how would you actually take care of this type of stone marble?
Now, marble's a little bit more sensitive. So in terms of taking care of it, it's very sensitive to acids. So you really want to keep things like red wine, lemons, just away from the marble at all times. Because it's not that it's going to stain, it might just make a little groove, which is actually something that we could talk about with honed finishing.
Right, that's another trend you wanted to talk about. What is a honed finish?
It's essentially, instead of that super glossy North American look, it's a matte finish. Okay. So you can either do it with marble and it really helps it last a little bit longer, or you can even do it with, let's say, a black granite stone. So it can have that kind of less shiny look and almost look like slate.
And that's on a countertop or on tiles, on floor tiles?
You can do a home finish on any stone surface that you would like.
What other finishes are you seeing that are popular these days?
Something that's super exciting that we saw in Italy was a textured leather finish. So this is really different because you not only see the texture, but you can really feel it. So it's just something different that's just fun and new for
It's not real leather, is it?
No.
Okay, so it's on the stone. They create a finish that feels like leather. That's what you're saying.
It's a textured finish.
Okay,
yes,
great.
correct.
And another color that you wanted to talk about, a super trendy color this coming year is
Yellow.
yellow. Okay. Now, who would have thought yellow? Because I think that yellow has I guess had a resurgence in fall fashion, but I didn't think for home decor.
For accent pieces, you're seeing more and more of it. That's exactly why I bought the blue Louise on, because it really pulls out yellows, pops out yellows.
Right.
It's really, really beautiful for things like that. So I mean, if you just want to do little accents like flower vases, towels, just things around the kitchen and you can switch that up too. Like, it might be hot now, but it might not be hot later. I mean, pair it with a blue towel next year, or brown. Brown also looks really good with the blue Louise. So you can constantly be changing the look of a kitchen, and I mean, it's not going to really be too expensive.
Yeah, there's a lot of flexibility when it comes to the different stones and the different colors that you can pull out.
Well, thank you so much for joining us
You're
today.
welcome.
Thanks, Jennifer.
Sharing your tips and trends that'll get you all ahead of the curve, like we said, and give you a jump start on your renos.